Alright y'all, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be watching a video from Dr. Plant's Sunlight in the Ant Colony for 1,000 days. Let's get into the video.
This is a queen ant, and she has the next 1,000 days to create an empire. But a rival colony is watching their every move, and if she fails, they will wage a war, destroy her home, and take over mine.
I mean, like, what if they just escape though? He brave though, but that's so cool.
Everything depends on her. So over the first few days, she creates a nest, and if we look underground, her first generation is underway. But in the world above, they will have to face competition and rival colonies. Their journey has only just begun. She will never leave the safety of her nest, so she creates workers to serve and protect her. But the enemy has already arrived. A wild ant on the hunt for new territory.
He's literally gonna get obliterated. He the only one here. He's gonna get obliterated. Did he put him in, or he snuck in? Because if he snuck in, it's just all up in his house.
This wild colony lives on my windowsill. Oh my god.
Oh, he doing this outside. Oh, okay.
The workers act quickly. They are beginning to build a wall. They will stop at nothing to protect their queen, and pretty soon their entrance is sealed. But war is coming, and if they want to survive, they will need an army. And for that, they need food. They specialize in collecting seeds. Their job is to transport them underground, where they store them in a bakery. Here, they ground and crush the seeds into bread, ant bread.
Ants can make their own bread. What the heck?
It is the perfect food for their growing larvae, and 70 days later, the results are clear.
I want to do the queen. Like, do they all like take turns having like the queen to make babies? Like, how did that work? And how do queens ants become queen ants? Because ain't they a little bigger, or is they born queens? But it only be one queen. So how do an ant become a queen ant? That's interesting.
There was a population boom, all powered by their tiny bakery. But the new workers are weak and clumsy. They need sugars like honey. Yet the honey stayed untouched for days until it was discovered by a wild ant. Thankfully, she's alone. Or so I thought. They launched an attack. This is nothing
Dang.
compared to the war, yet the colony is overrun. But I tried to save as many of our ants as I could. But it was already too late. The damage had already been done. I spent hours removing the enemy, one by one by one.
But I mean, I thought the bigger one was gonna win. Cause those are some small ass ants. But I mean, it's more of them. But like, don't the big ones get like more power? I don't know.
Most of the colony did not survive. And those that did are badly injured. But ants are one of the few animals that respect their dead, so the remaining few build a graveyard.
Since when ants have graveyards? What the heck? I didn't know ants have graveyards.
It is almost unbelievable. They may have lost the battle, But will they win the war? The colony is weaker than ever, but they still need honey to survive. Last time, it caused a disaster. This time, they act with caution and begin to feed. You can even see their tongue as they drink up the honey. But then something remarkable happens. They are
See,
covering the
babe.
honey in dirt and debris.
What?
It is genius. They are hiding it from the wild colony. Protecting the honey means protecting their queen. She is the only one in the nest who can lay eggs.
Really? So like, if the queen dies, do all the ants die? I mean, like, can't they just make a new queen? That's so interesting. Like, and also, like, queen ants, like, what gave birth to the queen ant? Was like another queen ant? But like, there's only be one queen ant. So like, do the ants choose who's the queen? And if they do, how did they get bigger? I don't know.
If she dies, the rest of the colony is doomed. But with her survival, the colony thrives. By day 600, the colony had become a fortress. But it is time to put their defenses to the test. Here are 100 fruit flies. They are
Ew.
small, annoying, and a lot like my mother-in-law.
I can't stand fruit flies, but it's so annoying, man. Especially when they get in your house on springtime, bro. I hate that.
They scatter. The ants begin to panic, while many of the flies stand still. If they don't move, then they may remain unseen. But this one makes a run for it. And so does that one, and that one, and that one.
Uh-uh.
But this one was not as lucky. He is the first kill of many. Even though they caught most of the flies, a few managed to escape. But the escaped flies were not as safe as they thought. Out of the frying pan
It's a stupid Ricky Dicky fly. Why aren't you going to another ant colony? You just ask to die.
and into the fire. The wild colony. Their numbers have grown so large, they've spread far beyond my windowsill and overtaken my animal. My pets aren't a fan of their new roommate. It seems our
Yeah, I think the black ants gonna win. There's just too many of them. Who is it? This ant post, I think some ants can do more than this in 610 days. You know what I'm saying?
colony is not as prepared as I thought. So over the next year, our colony became an empire. But the wild colony acted in parallel. Both of them are fully preparing for war. But this one escaped into my kitchen. I didn't know why until I returned. There was an all-out war. And the enemy had already made their way underground.
Yeah, they could. They get to that queen, they're all dead.
They have to save the queen, so she is brought to the deepest part of the colony. The rest of the nest had been abandoned, and the remaining workers swarmed the queen. But a worker was left behind, fighting to break free.
Hell,
But the enemy wanted more. The larvae. One by one, they begin to die. 1,000 days led up to this. The queen began alone, to create an empire. But would they let it fall? To save their queen, our colony turns not to flee, but to fight. They begin to rally to their queen. Even my pets join the fight. They breached the surface, and the enemy was on the run. They were winning, and pretty soon they had won. The wild colony was never to be seen again.
So what happens to on the window? But hey, good video.
Check out this video for more. And
All right, y'all. That was a good video. It was a nice educational video. You know, it was a good break from the slop. But look, they left their homie behind, bro. That's messed up. But hey, if y'all made it this far, nobody made it this far. I'm just saying it.